Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for granting this urgent question, and I'd like to take this opportunity to personally thank you for making the time to go and visit Richard Ratcliffe, Nazanin's husband, when he was on hunger strike outside the Iranian embassy 2 weeks ago. And indeed, I'd like to thank all members across the House. There were over 100 MPs who went to visit Richard Ratcliffe while he was on hunger strike, sending a very strong message to Iran that while they may continue to abuse Nazanin's human rights, we will not stand for it, and we will be listening and protecting her. And I'm pleased to say her husband Richard is in the gallery today. I bring this urgent question today because my constituents' plight is urgent and desperate. On Monday, handcuffed and shackled at the ankles, Nazanin was taken from her cell in Avon Prison to a psychiatric ward in Imam Khomeini Hospital in Tehran. The reasoning for this move has not been made clear to her lawyers or indeed to her family. She has not been allowed to update her family either by phone or by seeing them through visits, and we have no idea how she is being treated. Her family have been shut off, her ward has been sealed off, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guards are not allowing any human contact with Nazanin at this moment. The family fear that she may be drugged or being tortured and may be forced to sign a confession to unnamed crimes. As most members across this House, and indeed you, Mr. Speaker, will be aware, Nazanin is a young mother from West Hampstead in my constituency. She was on holiday in Iran when she was imprisoned and illegally abducted and kept in solitary confinement for many months before being allowed visits to her family. She has lost 3 years of her life to this hell, and with her sentence having been increased due to extra charges brought against her, her future does seem bleak. With this in mind, I want to ask the Minister a few questions. Number one, what urgent steps is the government taking to establish what treatment Nazanin is receiving right now? Secondly, what protests have the government made regarding the fact that Nazanin was shackled like a caged animal on her way to receiving urgent medical care? For the first time in 100 years, the government has offered Nazanin diplomatic protection and has escalated her case to a country-to-country dispute, for which we are grateful and her family is grateful. With this in mind, what further steps has the government made to secure Nazanin's freedom? And finally, 1 week ago, the British Royal Marines impounded the Iranian tanker Grace 1 off the coast of Gibraltar. What is the Minister's assessment of comments made by the Iranian Supreme Leader, who said that, I quote, "committed force will not leave this evil without a response"? Does he share my concern that this retribution may be targeted at my constituent Nazanin? I ask these questions not because I doubt the current Foreign Secretary's sincerity when he says he cares about my constituents' freedom, and I know that he has made time to meet with the husband of Nazanin and the family and has taken time to speak to me personally as well. But I say this because the time for sentiment is now over. This has gone on for too long, and we need to see decisive action right now, today.
Minister.